Assalamualaikum everyone. Apa kabar? Video hari ini judul Exploring Nusantara IKN. Discover the wonder of new capital of Indonesia. इंडोनेशिया का न्यू कैपिटल जिस पे $33 बिलियन लागत आई है, जो कि इंडोनेशिया का न्यू कैपिटल नुसांतरा बना है, बहुत ज्यादा खूबसूरत बनाया गया है, बहुत बड़ी इन्वेस्टमेंट की गई है। अब हम देखेंगे ये वीडियो देखने के बाद हम अपने ही हालात का इजहार करेंगे, इसलिए आप भी पूरी वीडियो देखिएगा, आपको भी बहुत ज्यादा मजा आएगा। अब हम चलते हैं वीडियो की तरफ। लेट्स स्टार्ट वीडियो।
Last year, I visited IKN, the new capital of Indonesia, on my motorcycle Macan during my Sabang to Merauke journey. And a few weeks ago, on Putan Island, I received a special message.
Mas Chris, please travel to Kalimantan and make your video about tourism for the new capital.
See ya, Pas Andy. I'm on the way.
So I paused my trip and got on a couple of planes from Putan Island and flew back to good old Kalimantan Timur.
And just like that, guys, I'm back in East Kalimantan here at the Pencha City Hotel, and it is time to show you guys what you can explore when you come to visit the new capital. Ayo, it's Kalimantan time. Selamat pagi, guys. It is 6 o'clock here in Balikpapan City. This time I've actually brought my editor and videographer Jantri to come with me on this trip. I'll introduce you guys in a second. So let's get in, get some sarapan, and let's get the day started. Let's go, guys.
Selamat pagi, bro.
Selamat pagi, bro.
You ready to get the day started?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome.
We have such an exciting program for you guys over the next couple of days, but makan dulu. Let's eat. Alright, guys, so our first stop on this trip is a place called Bukit Bangkirai. So it takes around 1.5 hours here from Balikpapan City. And I've been to Balikpapan before, I've been to IKN before, but this place we're going today, I have never been before, so I'm really excited to see how it looks like. We do have a little bit of rain, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Let's go. Gimana, bro? Are you excited?
Yeah, this is so beautiful. Walaupun hutan tapi menyegarkan mata.
On the way to Bukit Bangkirai, you will meet a lot of monkeys on the road. But you gotta be careful, because they are used to getting food from the cars passing by. So if you let them, they will try to get inside of the car.
Yes.
Whoa, di mau ikut. Alright, guys, we have made it here to Bukit Bangkirai, and it is so nice to be out in the forest here in Kalimantan again. All you can hear is the birds around us. But let's go in and buy a ticket, find out how much it costs, and let's go and check out this natural tourism spot. Let's go.
Bukit Bangkirai has actually been here since 1998. And the staff was my subscribers, so they were happy that I could finally visit.
Okay. So guys, the price is 25,000 to enter for locals, and if you're a foreigner, you have to pay 75,000. Okay, let's go. So guys, if you come here, there's various treks that you can take. There's a small one that takes 30 minutes, a longer one that takes 1.5 hours. Juga ada yang jalan panjang mungkin 4 jam atau 3 jam seperti itu, ya. And this is our tour guide today, Om Ji. Yeah, salam kenal, Pak Ji. So we can actually find a lot of different birds out here, even the very famous hornbill, very important to the Dayak culture. The Dayak culture, the indigenous people of Kalimantan, you will always see them wearing the feathers, and you will always see symbols in their homes of the hornbill on their clothing. So this is, fingers crossed we can see this.
Our Javanese guide, Om Ji, then took us through the forest trek. And he is such a nice and talkative guy. And if you come here, you might want to choose your footwear slightly different for this trek than Jantri did.
You know you've brought a city boy to Kalimantan when he's wearing white shoes in the jungle.
Let's see.
The care for the nature is different in Kalimantan. It lies deep in their cultural roots, as it's of great importance to the indigenous people of Kalimantan, the Dayaks. So here, you will not see any trash laying around.
So actually, if you come here, you can adopt a tree and they will take care of it. It will be protected because this is actually a conservation area. So if you come here and you really care for the place, you can actually adopt a tree.
We then arrived at the main attraction, the Canopy Bridge. The weather was a little bit against us, but we had to go and check out the view from above.
And we are on our way up to the Canopy Bridge. So this Canopy Bridge that is hanging up between the trees is actually 64 meters long, and the tower we're walking up to right now, it is 30 meters tall. So we're gonna have a really nice view in a bit. And there's so many birds, you can just hear them everywhere. Masih kuat?
Kuat dong. Terus.
As this place has been around for so many years, I had been a bit worried about the condition of the bridges. But G had told us that they often do maintenance to ensure the highest level of safety. And the view from the top is incredible.
Yes.
We unfortunately weren't able to spot the hornbills as the rain continued, but we were lucky enough to get a quick glimpse of a gibbon monkey taking shelter for the rain.
So Jantri has actually been working for me for the last 6-7 months, and I told him from the beginning that I wanted to bring him on my trips, and this is the first trip I've been able to bring him on. So it makes me so happy to see how happy he is to be able to join today.
So even though it's raining at Bukit Bangkirai, it is still definitely worth a visit.
Back in Kalimantan, how great is this?
Kita lagi nunggu burung, tapi malah hujan dan burungnya tidak kelihatan.
This is how it is when you're traveling. You make plans, but you can never plan for the weather.
You never know.
That's how it is.
Alam selalu punya caranya sendiri.
Alright guys, that was it here from Bukit Bangkirai. It's time to head back to Balikpapan, but it was a great trip here in the treetops. Terima kasih ya. Okay, let's go back.
We then went back to Balikpapan, and it was my first time staying at Penta City Hotel. But it's apparently one of the most famous places to stay in Balikpapan, and I had chosen this hotel for one specific reason. Besides the great rooms, and the view, and their nice pool area, they also have an aqua boom. And Jantri had never tried being in a water park before, so we of course had to go. And safe to say, we had fun. That afternoon, we set out to try some of the best food in Balikpapan. And located right behind our hotel is the BSB Beach. It's a favorite place in Balikpapan to hang out in the afternoons, and there we went to visit the BSB Seafood 45 Coral Princess restaurant. Because if there's one thing Balikpapan is famous for, it's the seafood.
Alright guys, let's try this seafood. So, I think I'll take a little bit of this Cancun vegetable first. Wow, that's a lot. Wow, udang besar sekali. So I was just looking for the fork and the knife, but we don't use that here. We use this one. Wait for it. A few moments later. Well, I cannot say I feel exactly super charming wearing this. I would probably not go here on my first date with someone, but that is not what we are here for anyway. We are here to try this seafood. Look at this massive piece of shrimp. That is one good piece of shrimp. Wow. This I have no clue how to eat. The crab. This is also what I'm most excited about. So guys, this is Arif. He actually works here. Silakan duduk, bro. I have no idea how to open this crab. Coba bantu saya. Tolong. So if you turn this one around, it's full of crab brain.
Yeah.
Tastes pretty good. It just looks incredibly weird. And then, wow. I like it, but it seems like an incredible amount of work just to get these small pieces of crab. But I bet if you're a crab fan, then you'll probably like this as well.
But it didn't feel right just having Jantri watch me eat. So I asked him to join me, and we tried
Ikan kakap.
Ikan kakap.
Ikan kakap.
and I think both Jantri and I could agree that the ikan kakap was without a doubt the most delicious thing there. So if you come to Balikpapan and you want to try some delicious seafood, then the BSB 45 is definitely the right place to go.
Wow, great evening. And guys, I just paid the bill and I ordered 2 portions of everything and it was around 800,000. So if you come here, expect probably between 300 and 400,000 per person. Not cheap, but we're in Balikpapan. So that's how it is. All right, good night guys. Selamat pagi guys. It is 3:10 in the morning here in Balikpapan, and this morning we're going to a small mountain inside of the IKN area called Bukit Dinding, because I've been told there's a really good view there in the morning. So now we're just waiting for our lunch boxes and then we'll go. Let's go. Alright guys, it is exactly 5 o'clock in the morning. It is completely dark here. I'm not too sure how far this trek is, but this was as far as the car could take us. So now we walk and we find out.
Yeah.
Luckily, no rain, so that's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't meet ghosts there. Do you believe in ghosts, bro?
In Indonesia, I think everybody believes.
Oh yeah? You believe in ghosts?
Yes.
So there's not too many signs, so you do want to keep your maps open on your phone. So many mosquitoes and flies. But if I keep my torch on Jantri, then they just eat him.
But if you keep looking for the signs, you will eventually get there.
So when I read about this place online, some websites said it takes 8 kilometers to get up here. And I was getting a little bit worried when we started at 5 o'clock. Now it is nearly 6 o'clock. We've walked for about 2 kilometers since the parking spot, and we have arrived at the top. And we can hear various birds and monkeys out here. Wow, worth it. Oh.
Wow. Amazing, yeah.
Oh, that's a good view. The sky looks like it's burning.
The view just gets better and better as the sun is rising above the Kalimantan rainforest. As the clouds gently lays on top of the trees as a blanket of fog.
Yes, very beautiful.
It sounds like it's just making the sounds for us, yeah? Private show. Well, the hike was quite easy, but definitely worth getting to Bukit Batu Dinding because, yeah, you can get to enjoy a morning sunrise like this all to yourself on the top of a hill.
We are enjoying
Nice.
morning sunrise.
Good way to start the day. Oh. How was it, Jantri? Good?
Good.
Yeah?
Luar biasa.
Good.
Wajib kesini.
And I recommend on your way back that you take it slow because there are so many animals to see along your way if you just keep your eyes open for it. The following morning, Jantri and I got up early to enjoy the morning sunrise over Balikpapan.
Yeah.
And we then got back on the road because we were going to visit the animals of Kalimantan.
Selamat pagi, guys. This morning we've come to a very special location. We've come to a place called BOSS. It stands for the Borneo Orangutan Survival Foundation. And it's around 1 hour drive from Balikpapan. So it is now 8:15 in the morning. We've just arrived. And today, guys, we're heading in to see orangutans right here in East Kalimantan. Let's go.
We then met up with Aluna from the BOSS team, who wanted to show me another protected animal first that I had never seen before.
Maybe if you maybe you want to see the sun bear?
Yeah,
Okay,
hold on.
let's go.
So the bears are very hungry. They eat, around 5-6 kilos of food per day. A little bit more than I do.
Yeah.
They eat a mix of dog food, vegetables, fruits, and tempeh for a bit of protein.
Yeah.
I did not expect to meet foreigners here today. So the thing is, they actually have foreigners coming here to volunteer work for 2 weeks at a time. And it's quite popular to come here and do volunteer work. They are fully booked until October or November this year. So yeah, if you want to come here, see the place as a volunteer, I'll make sure to put a link in the description. All right, let's go.
Aluna then took us to see one of the many different enclosures that they have for their many sun bears.
It is so cute and so small. Jadi ini dewasa atau anak?
17 years old.
17 years old.
Yeah.
It's 17 years old and it's the size of a German Shepherd. Wow.
So the small. If you can hear that.
So we can actually hear the sun bears barking, and it sounds.
Like dog.
Yeah, it sounds like a dog. I actually thought it was an orangutan. Let's say, for example, if I walked in there, would they want to attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah. If you just cross from the cages there, they will try to attack you.
Yeah.
That's why
They want to eat me or scratch.
Scratch.
Okay. Kalau tidak elektrik, mereka
Keluar.
they climb.
Yeah. That's good.
Aluna then took us on a tour to see some of the other enclosures as well. They have many because they have been taking care of sun bears since 1998. So they have a total of 75 bears under their care. It's in fact the smallest bear in the world, and today there are supposedly only 10,000 of these forest-dwelling bears left in the wild.
They're actually quite curious. So even though we get close, they're not even running away because they're used to quite a lot of people being around here and because they know the people here give them food.
Alright guys, so we've come to the Samboja Lodge and you can actually come and stay here if you want. They have different rooms that's starting from, I think it's 1.8 million to 3.2, and the one for 3.2 is all the way up on top with a fantastic room, really nice, and a good view over the forest. And they only have 2 rooms up on top. One that's facing the sunrise and one that is facing the sunset. So it's a little bit expensive, but it also goes towards supporting the foundation, food for the orangutans, food included and everything. So it actually makes kind of sense. I'll definitely have to come back here and stay one night at some point. I'm quite sure Jantri wants as well.
Alright guys, now it's time for us to go and find the orangutan. The thing is, the rain is continuing and it will be, as it looks like, for the rest of the day. But it is feeding time now, so hopefully they will come out. Fingers crossed. Let's go. So the Boss Foundation actually started all the way back in 1991, and since the beginning they have held more than 3,000 orangutans here in Kalimantan. They have various centers both in east, north, central, and yeah, they are doing an incredible job here. So if you want to support a good cause, this would be the right place to do it. This is the closest we can get. Even to get in the boat, to get closer, we need HIV testing, a lot of medical checkups, because the orangutan's DNA is 97% similar to the human DNA. So it's very easy for us to transmit diseases to them, and we don't want to do that. But now let's have a look.
The orangutans will typically hide when it's raining, but as it's feeding time, they luckily come out so we can see them. Bari feeds the orangutans a mix of oatmeal, sunflower seeds, and peanuts inside of a piece of bamboo, which he then throws to the orangutans. A male orangutan can weigh all the way up to 130 kilos. And once the big male ran out of food, and he realized that some of the others still had some left, that was when I realized that having the river in between us wasn't such a bad idea after all. But they were quite different in size and therefore speed. So the big fella eventually gave up. It's such an incredible sight, even at a distance. And from the treetops, a couple of monkeys had watched the chasing as well. And it seemed they decided that it would be a good idea to come to our side of the river.
Alright guys, and I think that's gonna be it here from the Boss Foundation. It's been a wonderful visit. It's time to go back to Balikpapan because tomorrow we have another big visit. That's right, we're going to the new capital of Indonesia. Let's go. And don't forget to visit Boss here in East Kalimantan. See you guys. Okay, bye, go.
Selamat pagi guys. It is finally time for us to go to IKN, the new capital of Indonesia. So let's jump in the car. We got around a 2-hour drive. Let's get to it. It's gonna be a good day.
Selamat pagi, Pak.
So guys, the trip here today to IKN is actually quite long, but they have actually built a new highway. So here in July, they are opening the new highway and it's only gonna take 45 minutes to drive from Balikpapan to IKN.
So it'll be a lot faster. Because 2 hours is quite a long drive. But we will get there.
Once we got close to IKN, we could now see workers everywhere.
Selamat pagi.
And we had then finally arrived at IKN. And our first stop was the rest area. Here, the locals, they can have their own little business, where they sell a variety of souvenirs to the visitors of IKN. I could barely recognize it from last year, because so much construction had happened since.
Yes.
And we then met up with Firli and Pamerang, who would be taking us on our capital tour.
So last time I came here, I could pretty much go around on my bike, but this time everyone is checking sudah permission. So now it's very, very strict. You cannot just go inside anymore.
Okay, let's go.
I had gotten special permission to get inside of their command central. And wow, it was cool. This is where they can monitor everything that's going on inside of the new capital. And they even have a clock showing how many days they have left before it's the Independence Day. And I then showed them where just last year I had driven right past the new White House on my motorcycle. They did, however, say that I probably wouldn't be allowed to do that again.
So a lot of the things here on the screen we can actually show because it's confidential information. But yeah, there's a ton of data here, and it's the guys are just walking me through it. So the progress and the investments and how much is finished in this part, berapa percent, and yeah, it's very cool, very interesting.
The new capital also has their own radio channel, and there I got to share a bit about my journey and my visit from last year compared to this year.
Riding with my motorcycle into IKN, but back then, wow, there was not a lot. Now, totally changed.
Right, so.
And a lot of the IKN staff had watched my video from last year, so they were very happy to welcome me back to Kalimantan once again. Everywhere you look, something is being built, 24 hours a day. But this won't just be another big city, because the focus of IKN is making it a sustainable, smart city. Only 40% of the 200,000 hectare IKN area will be used for construction. The rest will be protected forest. They have also successfully built several retention ponds that will protect the area from flooding during heavy rainfall events. And it made me happy to hear when Pamerang told me that the environment and its wildlife is a great priority for this new capital. And we then went over to visit the miniature tropical rainforest of Nusantara.
So because the plan with IKN is that they want to keep 60% of it a forest area. So this place is like an example of the different kinds of sorts that they will be planting all over IKN to make it a truly forest tropical city, yeah?
Yeah.
So right here, there's actually a small tree, Bangkirai, that Pak Jokowi he planted himself just 6 months ago. What, grow fast?
Yeah.
Many of the tree sorts being planted all over the capital are endemic to Kalimantan. And Pamerang then had a surprise for me, because he wanted me to plant my own tree here in the new capital.
I'm actually getting the honor of planting my own tree in IKN. Such an honor. So cool.
And I picked the Meranti tree, a rare and threatened sort that can grow up to 60 meters in height.
And just like that, we planted one more tree here in IKN, the forest city. Mantap. Terima kasih, Pak.
Ya, sama-sama.
It is so cool to be up here again, because the view has completely changed from when I was here last year. I remember last year standing here looking out and I was thinking, wow, such a big project, how can they do it in the time frame they have already planned for? But now coming back, seeing how much construction they've done in just 1 year is it's amazing. So I cannot wait to see the Finnish capital one day. But still have a long way to go. Yeah.
I had once again gotten a special permission to see how my friend Pasandi and the other ministers will be living once they make the move to the new capital.
I think this might be the only time ever I get to be this close to a minister's home.
All the minister homes are nearly finished and all fitted with solar panels.
Wow, I'm a little bit jealous of the minister who's going to be living here. And there's going to be a botanical garden right out here, 15 hectares, that they will have the view of here from the minister houses. Not bad. Wow, I imagine if I lived here, I would come out in the morning with my cup of coffee and selamat pagi Pak Sandi, apa kabar? Yo, oh ya, ya nanti main paddle ya, ya siap, oke bos. Yo.
To end our visit, we were allowed to make a quick stop at the very center of IKN, right in front of the new presidential palace. Here we first made a stop at the Arch of the Archipelago, a unique structure with a special greeting that signifies the three pillars of guiding life: justice towards fellow humans, reflecting on heaven, and recognizing that the breath of life comes from God. It's hard to describe just how grandiose it feels to be standing in front of the new massive presidential palace of Indonesia. I'm thinking of all of the thousands of Indonesian people that have come together in the making of this. Workers from all across the archipelago, working day in and day out, embodying the cultural concept of gotong royong, working together for the common good and for the future of Indonesia through collective efforts.
Semangat Pak, semangat. Aman. Gimana? Masih kuat?
Pasti dong.
Bagus. Semangat ya.
Yoi, pasti.
Alright guys, and that is gonna be it from our trip today here at IKN. We hope you enjoyed watching it. Massive thank you to the IKN team and to wonderful Indonesia for making this possible. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and stay tuned, more videos are coming. And lastly, I just want to say thank you to all the hard-working people here in IKN who is working pretty much 24/7 to make the new capital of Indonesia ready. Success guys, and semangat. See you guys. Dadah.
Yes.
ये थी आज की वीडियो इंडोनेशिया की न्यू कैपिटल नुसांतरा के बारे में, जिसे हमने डिस्कवर किया, जो वाकई में बहुत प्यारा, बहुत ही खूबसूरत प्लेस है। और वहाँ पे बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर की इन्वेस्टमेंट जारी है, जिसमें हमने मिनिस्टर हाउसेस, उसके बाद जंगल देखे। बहुत ही प्यारा है इंडोनेशिया का न्यू कैपिटल नुसांतरा, और ये रेडी होने के बाद और ज़्यादा प्यारा हो जाएगा, देखने में और ज़्यादा खूबसूरत लगेगा।
मुझे भी आज पूरा देखने का बहुत ज्यादा मजा आया। नुसांतरा बहुत ही ज्यादा खूबसूरत है और वहाँ के जंगल में मंकी बहुत खूबसूरत लग रहे थे।
हाँ, और हम इस तरह की वीडियो पे रिएक्शन देते रहेंगे।
मिलेंगे आपको नेक्स्ट वीडियो में, तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज।